tell you, all of these actors had a very unique story of how they made their way into it. All the principal actors did. And when you look back at it now, you just see it's just Jah works, because it's enough buck up. The first person cast was Everaldo Creary, right? Because I saw him in a play called Jamaica to Rotted. Yes. And he was, like my age and was so naturally, like, you just look at him and you just start laughing. Sorry, don't you're mashing it up, And then he was the first, and then in the community of Sandy Park, which I have to give a special big up to. Sandy Park is where we made this movie, and that community was a major part of this film. All the extras were played by people in Sandy Park. What we did is, we auditioned the entire community to see who had talent, right? And there were people that got big parts, etc., but then there were a few people from that neighborhood that got major roles. One of them I'll speak of is Ricardo Orgil in the character known as Flames, the man who lives in the ends. Right? This man, and we wanted him to be here, but at the last minute he couldn't be, but you'll be seeing him on the road soon. Yeah. But he rose up out of the community, and everything we gave them to do, he just stole the show. And then there was another young man named Dwayne Pusey who plays Dogheart. Right? Now these guys had zero acting training, never even knew or thought about it. It was, not even a consideration. They just naturally had that element of being a performer and being able to encapsulate an energy because they have lived that life, you understand? And when you okay, so that was how we got Flames, and then Sheldon now was hanging out at the last audition. And we auditioned like literally 100 people. And we see, who's this guy? Paul Buckner also needs to be commended, the producer of this film, right? And both of us were involved in the casting process. And at the end of the thing, we saw this guy standing across in the yard, Sheldon. I was like, this guy look interesting, how come he don't do something? So we called him, said, hey, what do you do? So Paul said, what do you do? And he said, I'm a dub poet. So we're like, yeah, everybody's a dub poet. Come do something. And then he did a poem. I don't know if he'd be willing to repeat it right now. Let me hear the poem.
Yeah, man. Alright, it is. This is political. The politician them a move to hypocritical. Me they think Jamaica for run democratical. It's like it autocratical. You feel the country would have better if it theocratical. Them want to execute the practical and them not theoretical. Them want to improve the government and them comment no logical. From your body and get up about the automatical. And that me get for understand become analytical, politically critical.
Ladies and gentlemen, watch out. They have an amazing band known as the Nomads. There are two of the lead members, or four of them, and they're just amazing. Look them up. Yeah. Wow. So Sheldon obviously wowed us, but we shot the first scene without knowing he was the lead. He was just one of the guys in the gang. But then after shooting that opening scene where they attacked the political rally, I think there's something about his presence. Said, okay, that's the guy. Because we're thinking about him being the guy now. But we wanted him to play Sharpman, because Sharpman was much more of like a fun character that he could play, and I felt like Sheldon represented like direction, and, you know what I mean? And then Nicole pretty much was walking by our office, going to our studio, because she's also a recording artist, right? Going to the studio, I'm like, wow, this is a beautiful girl. I'm standing on the balcony of our office. And she looks up at me and blows me a kiss.
What's up?
Hold on.
And I thought it was my friend standing up there, so I'm like, and the producer was like, what? He's like, who are you? What's your name? And then it goes on Storm Teller.
Anyways, we stopped in our tracks, we went downstairs, she charmed us. We gave her some scenes and she came in and auditioned, and that was the last role cast actually.